Welcome to Kids Academy.
Hi and welcome to this video. This is Coach Rob for Kids Academy, and today we are going to discuss piece values. Did you know that each piece in chess has a different worth, a different value? It's true. And do you know how we assign values to pieces? Well, the king is the most important piece. He's worth the entire game. So the king is pretty obvious. We need to keep our king safe and attack the opponent's king. But for the rest of the pieces, how do we know which pieces are stronger than others? Is it because of how tall they are? Do we look at their size? Well, no, of course not. That'd be silly. We look at how many squares a piece can control. How many squares a piece can attack or control is how we determine how useful or how powerful that piece can be. Now, pawns, I'll go ahead and put a pawn on the board. A pawn is not very powerful. In fact, it's the weakest unit in chess. At the very most, a pawn can attack two squares, diagonally forward one way, diagonally forward the other way. Because a pawn can only attack a maximum of two squares, we say a pawn is worth 1 point. Or I like to think of it as money. A pawn is worth $1. It's important to note that while the pawn attacks diagonally and it can move forward, we wouldn't say that the pawn actually controls the squares f6 and f5, because if a white piece were to be there, that pawn cannot influence those squares. It cannot capture anything in front of it. So when we're talking about squares under the pawn's control, it's squares that the pawn can attack, and there are only two of them. In this example, they are on e6 and g6. So the pawn is the weakest unit. He is worth $1. Now I want you to think for a moment about the knight. How does the knight move, and how many squares are under the knight's control? Do you think a knight is worth more than a pawn? Is it stronger than a pawn? Well, the answer is yes, especially a knight in the middle of the board. A knight in the middle of the board can attack 8 squares. So this knight can attack all these squares. In fact, some chess coaches call the knight in the middle of the board an octopus knight, because this knight can attack in 8 different directions. It has 8 arms or 8 tentacles going in all these wacky ways, attacking 8 squares. A knight is worth 3 points. Or another way to think of it, this knight is worth 3 pawns. If I were to play a game and capture 3 of my opponent's pawns, and they were to capture my knight, that would more or less be an equal trade. Okay, so the knight is worth 3, the pawn is worth 1. Time for the bishop. The bishop in the middle of the board can attack 13 squares, and I'll just highlight them very quickly for you. So bishops are fast pieces, attacking 13 squares along these diagonals. But there is one drawback to the bishop, and that is, of course, that it can only play on one color complex. So while this bishop is very fast, it can only visit the light squares. So we say this bishop is equal to a knight. It is also worth 3 points. The rook, interestingly enough, does not need to be in the center to attack the maximum number of squares possible. In fact, this rook can attack 14 squares from anywhere on the board. Because this rook can visit light squares and dark squares, it is significantly stronger than a bishop. A rook is worth, do you want to take a guess? A rook is worth 5 points. Not only because it can visit both squares, both colors, but also because you can perform checkmate with a king and a rook against a king, but a king and a bishop cannot perform that same feat. Okay, time for the strongest piece in chess. Now we know the queen is the strongest piece because she can move like a rook or a bishop, so she must have maximum control. In fact, the maximum number of squares a queen can attack at once is 27. That's close to half the board. Remember, there are 64 squares on the board, so half of that would be 32. This queen can move on ranks like a rook, and it can move on files like a rook. And when we say it moves like a bishop, we obviously mean this queen can move diagonally as well, visiting all of these squares. She exerts the most control of the chessboard, and because of that, a queen is worth 9 points. Now, points are important in chess because they serve as a guideline to help us figure out if we should be making trades or not, if we should be making captures or not. One way to win a game of chess is to bring out your pieces, coordinate your pieces, and checkmate the king. The second way to win at chess takes a little bit longer, but it's just as good. We make good trades. That is, we capture pieces and we capture more points than we give away. And if we do that enough, sooner or later our army will be stronger than our opponents and we'll either be able to promote a pawn or overpower them and get checkmate. So let's do a couple examples. And put a white rook up here. We'll be the white rook in this game. What you would capture for black? Would you capture the bishop on e7 or would you capture the pawn on g4? And also have a reason why. Okay, well, if we're going strictly by points, and that's not always the case, but it's usually in general, a good rule, capture the piece worth the most points. In this example, we would want to capture the bishop because we know a bishop is worth 3 points, much more valuable than this pawn on g4. Let's capture the 3 points or the $3. And very soon this pawn will get captured next. Okay, let's have a game. Okay, once again, we are white. And if you were the white team, would you use your rook to capture black's rook on g4 or black's bishop on d2? Well, we know rooks are worth 5 because rooks can travel on both colors. And we know that a king and a rook can do checkmate and a king and a bishop cannot. So a rook is clearly the more valuable piece. A rook is worth $5 and a bishop is only worth 3. So in this position, we would capture the more valuable piece. All right, let's put a knight up here. Now we'll be black. So as black, which piece should we capture? Remember, we want to capture the most points possible. The queen is the strongest piece on the board. She's the best soldier, so we would want to capture the 9-point piece. The queen is worth 9, almost double the 5-point rook. So to review, a queen is worth $9. She's the strongest piece in chess. A rook is worth 5. A bishop and knight are equal. They are both worth 3. And a pawn is worth 1. Kings are worth 0 or infinity because kings never get captured. They are worth the entire game. We use point values to help us determine what makes a good trade, a bad trade, or a fair trade. Remember, we want to do captures that let us win material or win points and capture more points than we give away. That's a good strategy to help us develop a stronger army than our opponents and to eventually overwhelm their king. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos. Find links to our apps in the comments below.